Hey, this is Tim, bringing words of grace today from the backyard. All right, kind of in a new place because of this virus and lockdown. What do we do to use our time to the best of our ability? I'll look at these 10 suggestions and maybe you can include some of your own in the notes below. All right, 10 tips. Number 10, schedule your day. It's often said, if you aim for nothing, you're sure to hit it, right? That's true. All right, so set out a general aim or schedule for what you're wanting to accomplish in the day or what you're going to do in the day. Counselors share that one of the things that lead to sadness and even depression for some who are self-employed is that they have a hard time with scheduling in their day. So this is a helpful tip for all of us now in this setting. Make a realistic schedule for you. Tip 9, get exercise. Another thing that's extremely bad for us is lethargy. Paul encourages exercise. He says it's profitable for discipline, which is profitable for eternal purposes. I think each person in my household has a different exercise routine they do. YouTube or some phone app. You don't have to jog outside. You don't have to walk outside. You can get your heart pumping inside. Number 8, get some alone time. And this one's for those who have a family or living in a group setting. All right, Sarah and I have different times in the day that we're the primary parent on call. You need that time, that space, and maybe find a space that's yours to be alone. Tip 7, so this is a family tip, is that each one of our children have a zone, living space that they're responsible for throughout the day, and then it rotates throughout the week. All right, so this kiddo's on dog duty or dish duty, and then that actually teaches them responsibility, but it also helps everyone out. It's not one person's responsibility. Tip 6. This may sound silly, but I think it's a good one. Get showered and dressed. If you don't ever do anything to help yourself look and feel better on the outside, you'll start feeling that way on the inside. All right, so get off the couch and get cleaned up. Eat at the table tonight. Tip 5, find a new interest. Amazing opportunity here. Right here's your time to discover something new. Another thing Sarah's been doing with our kids is encourage them to do 20 minutes a day on something new. And it's something all of you can do, right? But you can learn origami or Hebrew, bonsai, Photoshop, puzzles, a new type of cooking, a new book or 2 or 3, Greek, Duolingo. A lot of places are offering free Bible courses. You can try, and if it doesn't work, just scratch it. Try something new the next day. Tip 4, stay connected. We're social distancing in one sense, but that's no reason to be totally disconnected. Try to stay in touch with 2 or 3 friends or associates that you know and connect with them regularly, at least once a week. Tip 3, don't stress out, right? News cycles can send this message that there's no end in sight, and don't let that affect you. Trust the Lord. Rest in the fact that He knows the end. He's in control. Specific application here to parents with children suddenly found themselves homeschooling. Well, we've done that. Let me just encourage you with one thought there. It's never perfect, right? If you're a perfectionist, you need to get over that. It's not going to be perfect. Don't stress out, right? Your kiddo needs a loving and caring mom or dad more than they need to master every single lesson. Right? Try to work through the lesson. If it's something you're struggling with, watch a YouTube video with them, Khan Academy or one of these like that. And if you lose your temper, acknowledge it. Ask your son or daughter for forgiveness and keep moving forward. Tip 2, limit screen time. You can have screen time, don't throw it out entirely. Moderation is such a hard thing for us, but it's so important. Be moderate. Don't be overboard either direction. Circle helps with this to monitor the screen usage throughout the day. And then tip number 1, number 1 tip, and I save the most important one for last. Use your time to grow with the Lord. This is the most important time of any and every day, but especially now, you have a little more time. Take more time in prayer. Take more time in Bible reading. Start a new Bible study. It's time of trial and difficulty. The sheep follow close to the shepherd. Jesus said, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." There's this amazing personal relationship with God that grows as you spend time with Him. This is a primary reason, I believe, for this pandemic in our culture. Drawing people closer to God. You have time to spend with the Lord every day. And if you're not a Christian, let me just encourage you to try reading the Bible. I'll send you one. I have a whole series of videos that help with how to develop this time. If you develop this and are sensitive to God's leading this way, this may be the best time of your life. I've heard of so many men who look back on their time in prison so fondly because it was that time that they had to do time, that they had time on their hands, that they spent time on eternal matters with God. So the number one tip, make sure your time is being used for that purpose. And that's why I have a little Bible study ready for you today. Read Luke chapter 10, verses 38 to 42. Luke 10, 38 to 42. We'll go ahead and write that out on a piece of paper. Then we're going to ask these important questions about those verses. Number one, underline all the people's names in here, and then write out who is mentioned as person. Who? Secondly, where is this taking place? Where is the location? Number three, what are Mary and Martha's primary concerns? Number four, what is Martha's complaint? What is the problem surrounding this scenario? Number five, what does Jesus conclude? What does Jesus teach us as the only thing that is necessary? Now, application, let's put this in our life. How can you follow Mary's example? Please put the answers to that in the comments below. Thanks for taking time to look through these tips. Maybe you have a tip that you'd like to share. Please do that below as well. And but pray with me that the Lord will bring us out of this season very soon. But until then, let's not waste time. We're just in our family Bible time looking at 2 Corinthians 5. And Paul spoke about looking forward to life after death because of the joys of the next life. And he talked about a tent. In this life, he has a tent that's decaying. His body was decaying, had sickness and disease, and he's waiting for that body. In eternity that will have fullness of joy, no sickness, no disease. But his conclusion to that was this thought: I want to do whatever I can in this life to be pleasing to him. Therefore, we also have as our ambition, whether at home or absent, to be pleasing to him. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each one may be recompensed for his deeds in the body, according to what he has done, whether good or bad. Well, God bless you today, and may you live this day for good to his glory.